Don't go breaking my eggs, dear. Don't go breaking my eggs. I need them for my recipe today. I'm glad you're here with us. We keep on making a fuss, making my recipe today. Oh, snap.
Hello,
and welcome
Wel-
back to Don't Go Breaking My Eggs.
welcome back, Jack.
Yep,
So today,
we are making one-pan salmon and veggies. So the
woohoo,
ingredients for this, and this is for 2 servings, so both of us can have this.
yummy.
2-pound small red potato or yellow quartered. We're not going to use potatoes today. We're actually using peppers.
Woo!
4 tablespoons of olive oil, salt and pepper to taste, 4 cloves of garlic minced, and we're just going to use this clove, or the
So we're gonna use pre-minced
pre-minced garlic.
garlic, which is cool. And we
But
can talk
if
about
you
other
do want to
options.
use a real piece of
Show us
garlic,
what's in your pockets.
we got the pockets today. We have a garlic mincer here. And then, remind me how we do cloves.
So as you'll see in the grocery store, garlic comes like this.
In a bowl.
And it has all of this, we'll say, skin on it, and you just peel away the skin, and the bulbs are in there. It's gonna get, well, like you said, Jack, it gets messy when you cook. So
What's a cooking show without a mess?
let's get messy here. Sometimes you got to go digging.
You know what? Since we're doing this, why don't we use some real garlic today?
Hey, okay. Ooh. So then we just pop out some cloves, and then remind me again how many the recipe calls for?
We are going for 4 cloves of garlic that are minced.
Okay, so sometimes when you get garlic, you get a mother size clove like this. Ooh, that is pretty big. So I'll count that as 2. So we have about 3. And we'll count this as 4. Or maybe, since this one's a little tiny, this one's a little tiny. So we'll leave that with its family over there. Yeah, what's next?
Next up is 4 tablespoons of lemon juice. And we have the lemon juice here. Next up is 2 tablespoons of fresh thyme, which today we're using oregano leaves just because we forgot to get the thyme. We thought we had it.
I know, gosh,
We ran
I
out
thought
of
we
time.
ran out of time. So you know
You
what?
all knew it was coming.
A little cooking puns are always fun. That it rhymes.
Oh dear.
And we're being adventurous. We're gonna see how oregano tastes with this situation.
All right. Next up is 2 teaspoons of ginger.
We have powdered ginger. You can use fresh ginger, but
And then 2 fillets of salmon, which are in the
we have it in the
refrigerator right
fridge.
now. And 1 bunch of asparagus, which is roughly a pound.
Woohoo! And we have the oven preheating to 400. Another thing that's really cool about today's show is that we'll actually be cooking as we're on the show.
Exactly.
So we'll show you the finished product.
All right. So the first thing we do is we make the glaze of salmon.
Okay. And
so for this, we'll need 2 garlic cloves.
Okay. So move this over. I'm just going to move the camera so you guys can see
what we're doing here.
The mincing action. So we're switching out the potatoes. This recipe calls for potatoes.
And we're just going to use peppers, as we said.
Yes. So that cuts us out a lot of time, and we can cook the peppers and the asparagus and the salmon together. Okay, so how I cut garlic is I will cut the edges because we need to get the skin off and get to the heart of the garlic. I'll cut the edges off. This skill I learned from a true cook, and it saves you a lot of time. Haha! How many times can we use time?
We don't have enough time in the world for all the time puns.
You know, we never know. You never know. You also want to make sure you have a decently sharp knife, but if not, you make do. Okay, so we've cut off the edges, and now we're gonna try to get that skin off. You can try to peel it off, but sometimes it just doesn't work. So what you're gonna do is take that knife, and with the heel of your palm, you're gonna be careful, and you're gonna press down. Actually, I'm gonna do this on the counter, so you can still see me. Perfect. You're gonna press down, and you're gonna hear some crackling. You're gonna really lean into it. Sometimes it breaks apart. That's okay. And sometimes you just laugh at yourself because you just did that on camera. But hey, we go with it here because we have a fun time
Exactly.
on the cooking show.
I just realized what you did again.
I know. How many times can I get away with this? Okay.
More than enough already.
Right? Okay. So now you're going to place this over here because it's going to pop out.
And we're going to need it in the mixture anyway.
Yep. So in this mincer, you're going to just plop them in. So we'll start with that. And then you're just going to bring it back. Look at that technique. Look at that. It looks like you've minced garlic before.
Maybe a little bit.
And look at that. Bingo bango. Yep. And it's okay if you don't get all of it out. We will kind of fish for those pieces, and then we'll put in the rest here. You don't want to overstuff it. But can I tell you how much time this saves? That one was completely unintentional. I'm loving this. Okie dokie, and we'll put this last part in. Or here, we'll break it. And sometimes when you eat a lot of garlic, it will actually come out in your pores. And you can smell it, which I'm not, opposed to that. I don't mind a little garlic smell.
And it keeps away the vampires.
And it keeps away the vampires. Definite plus there. Another fun fact about vegetables and their strong hold on wanting to become part of you is that asparagus can you'll smell it in your pee. If you don't believe me, go out and get some, eat some, drink some water, and just wait. It's pretty fun fact. Okay, and so you can see that we're kind of shaving off the rest of these garlic pieces. On this show, while we always shoot for perfection, we might not necessarily get all of it out. That's okay. I think we've got a good amount of garlic there. Okay, so here we can wash that later.
Well, we're going to need it again anyway.
Oh, for what?
Because it called for 4 cloves of garlic.
That will be our 4 cloves.
That was 2 cloves.
It was, but remember we had a big size one.
But remember, this one only called for 2 cloves here.
Such a good point. However, let's just wing it. Let's go with it. Unless you want to do,
unless
you really.
I know why. Because it called for 2 cloves of garlic with potatoes.
Oh, see, Oh, here, let's. I'm sure our guests love watching our torsos,
Yeah.
but maybe they would like some eye contact. Um, let's have fun with it. We can. One thing to be careful of: garlic and ginger. Be careful on how much you add to it. Both delicious, great salt substitutes.
Even though we're using salt in this recipe.
Yeah, well, we'll be careful with that too. But you want to be careful about how much you use because let me tell you, garlic and ginger can ruin a dish. So, what's the verdict? What should we do?
I think that should be good for now.
Okay, so because we're not using the potatoes or potatoes,
Tomatoes or tomatoes.
then we'll just stick with this. Okay,
We'll just call the whole thing off.
there you go. Perfect. Okay, so then what's next?
My mother will appreciate that one. Next up is we have to do salt, pepper, and a tablespoon of
Oregano.
yes.
Okay.
Couldn't think of the word.
Okay, so I'm just gonna pour this in. If you guys have a handy dandy measuring spoons, that works. What would also work and save me time is if I just screwed the lid off. But you know, sometimes we can't save time. We just got to go with it. Sometimes we just got to lose time and go with oregano. Ha ha ha. Did you like that one?
We gotta make it so people can see what you're doing too,
Yes.
or else we're wasting our time.
Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna pour that in. And then
all it says here is ginger. It doesn't tell us how much.
if you go back to the other page, let's see what it says there.
Two teaspoons.
2 teaspoons. We won't use 2. Well, let's go with 1. This looks kind of a lot. Or maybe it's just my own concerns of previous
over
yes.
gingering.
Okay, what's
can't
next?
go too gingerly with this.
Yes. Yes.
All right, next up is 2 tablespoons of olive oil.
Tablespoons or teaspoons?
Tablespoons.
Okay. Easily mixed up. I've yet again made that mistake with paprika, unfortunately. Another great spice, but not one to mix up. And that dish did not turn out so well. Okay, and then what's next?
2 tablespoons of lemon juice.
Tablespoons?
Yep.
Okay. Always good. So tablespoons will be abbreviated with a B, and teaspoons are just
TSP.
There you go. So be sure to catch that B, else you may have a very interesting dinner. You know, we have to cut the veggies. That's okay.
And then we have to add salt and pepper.
Okay. So I noticed that when you were reading the directions, it said salt and pepper to taste.
Yes.
So that means don't add too much,
Mm-hmm.
but enough to kind of
get a taste of it.
Yes. So we won't add too much. And because, of course, we're a healthy cooking show, we will limit our salt intake. Okay. So we're going to mix this up. Let this marinate. Ooh, this is going to be good. Oh, can you smell it?
Mm-hmm.
This smells so good, you guys. I'm surprised they haven't come up with that technology yet to be able to smell things through your camera. I mean, it makes sense why not, but at least what's up with that? Okay. So now we're going to cut the peppers. Where, or is that correct?
I believe so.
Okay. We're getting closer. Okay. So
You can read over here.
asparagus. Yeah, because we'll count that.
Mm.
Okay. So how I cut peppers to get rid of the middle, because we are just gonna cut them up. I'm gonna cut both of the ends off. So you see that? And just enough to kind of open it up. And then how I get this middle part out is I just kind of go around and cut, let's say, the attachments. I'm not
The seams.
the seams.
Seams.
Okay. Like
Seems to me we're cutting the seams.
Okay. That makes a whole lot of sense. That was what you'd call it. And then you can just pop it out when you. Bam! I can see you. And then you just cut however you want the slices to be in regards to thickness. Sometimes I'll just cut off that white section. Sometimes I have an association with vegetables of like alien food, like the hair on corn. I call that alien hair. And I feel like peppers are like alien food. Yeah.
Thank you, buddy.
We have a guest acknowledging our wonderful cooking here and much appreciated. So I think that peppers are actually like a great alternative to potatoes because they have that crunch factor and flavorful, but they have, potatoes aren't bad, but there's not much nutrient to them. Peppers are really great because we'll throw that one out. You want your veggies in your fruit to be colorful. And so we've got, I guess, kind of an orangey red pepper. We've got a green pepper, which green I think is my favorite. Do you have a favorite pepper, Jack?
Probably yellow peppers, actually.
Oh, yeah. You know what? That doesn't surprise me. You have a sweet tooth, I've noticed. We're both sweet tooth people. And yellow peppers are the sweeter ones. Now I'm going to cut my seams of the pepper. And I found that this way is really easy because you'll find that like peppers have lots of seeds, and if they're not your thing, they can be annoying to
and the seeds can also be hot.
Yes.
I learned that the hard way.
Oops. Yeah. You can always add a lot more spice to this. You bring up the heat level.
Which is one of the reasons we're not using ghost peppers.
Oh gosh, that's a little too much. Yeah. But you could add some red pepper, like red pepper seasoning. Okay. And you want to try to cut your vegetables to about the same size so that they'll cook evenly. But again, doesn't have to be perfect. Just edible, which these are. Oop, lost a pepper. Oh, lost another pepper. It's okay. I saw a bunny rabbit in the driveway yesterday. And maybe we can leave the peppers out for the bunnies.
Or the raccoons that have been hiding in the trash can.
Or the raccoons hiding in the trash can. Although something tells me that they're probably hiding in there because They've
Well, one
found.
of them got stuck.
Oh my God, that must have been so scary.
You should have seen Candace on Wednesday last week. We
Oh my
had
gosh.
her help us out.
Oh my
Or
God.
no, it was Friday. And we had opened the trash can. There was a little guy staring up at us. And I was like, well, hello there.
Okay, so now let's move to the asparagus.
All right.
A lot easier to cut. We'll show a stalk. We're just going to be cutting off the white part at the bottom. And here you go. If you want a better angle, Jack, actually, it might be better if you do it on the table.
You mean the counter?
The counter, yes. Perfect. Yeah, the blade is a little dull. And, you know, how you want to cook your asparagus. As you can see, it's very stiff right now. I like my asparagus very well done, and I like it like a limp noodle, and it just
Yeah, that's the way I like it.
perfect. So that's what we will aim for today. Great. Look at this team action. It's like we've been cooking together. Huh.
For a long time.
Haha, I like it.
Look what you did to me.
We have to keep our audience entertained in some way, you know? Unless you find the cutting of vegetables to be very entertaining. We are filming. If you'd like to be a part of it, you're more than welcome. We have a very active audience this week. Always looking for members and guests, but we want to respect if people are a little camera shy. That's okay. Okay, last three. Have fun. Okay, so we're getting to the end. Or at least we're getting to the fun part.
Ooh, asparagus down.
Asparagus down. That's okay. We've got plenty
We lost
here.
a soldier.
Ooh, almost lost another one. Okay. So now we'll put the veggies on that plate. So do you want to bring? We have a cookie sheet here, or sorry,
a Pyrex dish.
A Pyrex dish, and we are going to actually. I'm just gonna go over here. You hang there. I'm gonna use some Pam to at least just grease the sheet so that our food doesn't stick to the tin foil. And then we're going to add our veggies because this is a one pan dish. Oh no! And then I'll go grab our salmon.
We gotta skin it. The salmon.
Well, we could cook it with the skin on. I've never skinned a salmon. Which would you prefer? You can always take the skin off after it's cooked.
We'll do that then.
Okay. So we have our salmon fillets here, already pre-cut. Put them here. And because we are using
one pan, We have to make room.
We have to make room, but it's also okay because it's uncooked, you want to be careful what things touch, but because they're all cooking together, it's okay. Oh, and then why don't you show our guests what the pan looks like right now?
All right. So I can do without dropping
Beautiful.
everything.
And now what we're gonna do
Is we have to marinate.
is marinate. So we're just gonna drizzle this on the salmon and the asparagus and the peppers. And I'm just going to use it all up. And I don't know about you, but I really like a flavorful salmon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good, because we'll use up the rest. And then I'm going to just kind of spread it over the salmon. Okay, and so we've preheated the oven to 400, so it's good to go. So you can pop it right in.
Oh.
Oh, there's a pan in there, so we'll take the pan out. And I'll help my partner out, and I'll move this so you can put it there. Pop this in. And then it calls for 10 to 12 minutes, so we'll put it at 10 minutes and we'll check it. Pick up our down peppers.
All righty.
Okay, I'm gonna wash my hands.
Okay.
Because I've touched my face and I've touched the salmon. So, Jack, the time has come. The oregano has come. And what should we talk about today?
Well, we want to talk about our new intro song that you heard at the beginning of the episode.
Oh, yeah. Isn't it awesome?
I'm pretty thrilled with it.
I agree. I think it's awesome. We had, in our quest of requesting guests and anyone with production or musical talents to help us out or collaborate. Yeah. And William, a clinician with ACCS, has donated his time and musical skill to provide us with the intro song.
Yes.
And what about you had added some graphic? I
did. I was working on that all last night for a little bit. That's a little bit of a double negative there. But okay. I was working on it last night for a little bit. I was trying to find the best way to kind of put across our message. And in a way, I think I did it.
I think you did a great job. I think it's awesome. I think it brings our show to a whole other level. I think it makes it look professional.
It does.
I think it makes it sound professional. So, Food Network, here we come.
Yep. Please hire us. We're begging.
And actually, since we're talking about all this awesome news, we have a guest next week.
That is right. We do. We have Jen Haviland McCary from ACCS as well.
Yes. And so next week, we will be talking about the keto diet. And
we'll be making keto cookies.
Yes, we will. It'll be fun. And another way to kind of try something different. I've never tried keto cookies before, but Jen, I don't know if she's had keto cookies, but she's going to guide us on our keto journey. So, guests, if you have any questions about the keto diet, we would be more than happy to bring them
Answer
to
those
Jen.
questions. Yeah.
Yeah, and share them with all of you guys. Other news, other conversation pieces.
I heard that you're getting ready to leave.
Yes. Yes. Unfortunately, my time as a ACCS nurse. Yes. Our audience members have also heard. So I am going to be leaving in the end of July. So you still have a few more weeks left of seeing me. Hopefully that's a good thing. But I will be leaving to work at the VA as a psychiatric nurse practitioner. Yeah.
It'll definitely be different around here without my co-host.
I know. So you're gonna have to carry on this torch, my friend.
I'm gonna have to figure out how. Either that or I'm gonna force you to come into Zoom calls.
No force needed. Oop.
We lost a mic.
Oh no.
Mic down.
You know, speaking of your question of being able to carry this on, let me tell you, my friend, a lot of this has come from you. Our mics, our conversation, our cooking choices has come from you, my friend. So I encourage you. I'll be here in spirit for sure. For sure. And I would love a call, a guest appearance. With that being said, we still have 2 more shows of the Jack and Katie Don't Go Breaking My Eggs cooking show.
Where's the fish? It's in the oven, buddy.
We're cooking. Would you like a sample? No? Okay. Another fish of the sea. Okay. Okay. There you go. Audience member had let us know that they will be having a tuna salad sandwich. Another fish of the sea. Tuna I have never gotten into. Have you ever had any other fish other than salmon?
I've had tilapia, I've had haddock, I've had tuna. I've actually had swordfish before.
Yes. I think people are very favorable of whitefish, so like tilapia. I think grouper is another one. I'm sure, well, there's many fishes out there. But what I think is that, I mean, those are very versatile fishes because they don't have much of a flavor to them. So whatever you put on them.
I hate to be grammar police here, but it's just fish, not fishes.
Fishes? Just fish. Oh. Did I misspeak?
A school of fish.
A school of fish. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, thank you. I always appreciate your feedback and keeping me on the right track. That's why we are such a great team. Yeah. Salmon's my favorite fish. But some people feel like
for me, it's either salmon or tilapia lately.
Tilapia is a good fish. Very good fish. Maybe another time. Okay. Good to know. Let's chat more later. Okay. Always love some audience interaction. Reviewing some Riverside history, which is always nice because I've been here for 3-4 years. So I think in the Riverside world, I'm a young one. I know that there's some Riverside staff that are pulling 20, 25 years, which is really awesome. Really awesome. So where are we on the time?
We
Haha.
are at 33 seconds.
Okay, so we will get ready to look at things, and we can set up our table to I smell something good. So another way you can tell when salmon is done, or a way you can tell if salmon is done, is that it'll be a nice light pink. Or hold on, before you place it down, let's put something heavy. Hold on, don't put it down quite yet. Hold on. So you want to make sure that when you're putting something hot down, that you have enough. Perfect. So beautiful. You want to make sure that you have something to cover the heat or to absorb the heat, particularly when using materials that are one, flammable, two, just don't do well with heat. So this smells delicious. We can, here, let me see your things here. We can
Careful,
see,
it's extremely hot.
okay. We can see that the salmon is nice, light pink. And let's give a poke to our veggies. You know what? Before I do that, I realized that this touched the salmon uncooked. So
We don't have any clean ones right now, so we gotta wash that.
so then I'm gonna use actually, that's right. I was gonna use my fingers and test it out, but as
It's much too
always,
hot.
my trusted cooking partner always has a great idea to keep me in line. Let me get you a paper towel. There you go.
Clean as a whistle.
Woohoo! Okay, so we've got our peppers. Let's go for this one. So peppers, since we're replacing the potatoes, you can make them, kind of soft, but I think kind of crunchy is
Good.
okay. And then let's see if our asparagus, I haven't baked asparagus. Usually I put it in a frying pan. This not so much like a limp noodle. So the asparagus may need some more time. Haha. But unfortunately, I only have oregano. So let's see. I'm just gonna move them around. It's always, if you're gonna take things out. And let's see. So when checking salmon or even chicken, you want to kind of find a piece on the piece of meat where it's a little bit thick, because then you'll see if it's really cooked through. So depending on how you like your salmon, you want to be able to cut through it fairly easily, which this one is. And it might look a little pink or a little salmon colored in the middle. So depending on what you like, if that's
That's a little bit
too raw for you, okay.
Yeah.
So then now we know we're gonna put this back in the oven for a few more minutes. Let's wrap up our show for today, knowing that sometimes you just gotta cook things a little bit longer, and that's okay.
Exactly.
So we bid you all farewell, and we will send you off this week with our theme song.
Of course we will.
And we'll see you guys next week with our special guest.
All right. Have a great day, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Don't go breaking my eggs, dear. Don't go breaking my eggs. I need them for my recipe today. I'm glad you're here with us. We'll keep on making a fuss, making my recipe today.